Hey, this is Demi.
And I'm Louise. Let's talk about the same things that we go through and ponder life from a better angle.
As they say, if you can change your situation, change your perspective. This is Same But Better Podcast.
We cannot control how people will receive or understand our words. Ito, natutunan ko to in a deeper sense last year. And even earlier this year, na given puro tayo chat, puro tayo calls lang, our words are much more prone to be misread or to be misinterpreted. And na even when we did our best in trying to explain something, have you ever experienced na the others still get angry at you because of what you said? Kahit na okay naman, di ba? Hindi mo alam, you've caused damage pala to someone kahit na sa'yo, in your heart. Clear naman yung intentions mo of helping them. And hindi mo sila gustong i-offend.
I'm recalling the times. That's coming from us. And I'd like to believe na hindi naman dahil lang matatalas lagi yung mga bibig, 'di ba? But alam mo, even the simplest misunderstanding can harm a friendship, a relationship. And kadalasan nga, it starts really, really small, 'di ba? Yung hindi ka lang nabate nung nagkasalubong kayo sa daan kasi malabo
Taray
pala yung
naman.
mata. Yung mga ganyan, 'di ba? Parang yung mga farsighted hindi nila nakikita tapos hindi ka lang nabate, parang ay, ano nangyari? Parang kaibigan ko yun
Misunderstood na.
O kaya, ngayon, syempre sa online world, 'di ba? Hindi ka lang nare-replyan agad sa chat or hindi lang na-like yung post mo or hindi na-view yung story mo, mga favorite natin na situations. Or kapag hindi tumatawa sa jokes mo, alam mo, ito medyo nakaka-relate ako. Kasi yan yung basis ko minsan sa friends na parang pag nag-joke ako tapos hindi siya tumawa,
Oh my gosh.
parang, okay ba tayo
May something
dyan?
to sa akin.
Diba? Pero, iba-iba lang naman talaga tayo ng humor. I can't expect that from everyone to understand the same jokes, diba? So, simple siya, pero minsan doon nagsisimula yung tampuhan diba? And when that grows big, it could become a mistrust or one day mapapansin mo, ang cold na wala na, di ka na nire-replyan.
Hindi ka na napansin.
Di ka na ni-reach out. Parang, di lang tumawa sa jokes ko, hindi. Ano nangyari?
Yeah, natatawa tayo ngayon, pero aminin natin, meron tayong mga moments talaga na just because of a simple misunderstanding, 'di ba? Na hindi naman yun ang intention, pero iba yung pagkaka-receive ng tao. It damage relationships, and as you said, it can cause mistrust. And it's painful when that happens. Kasi sa'yo parang pure naman yung intention mo, pero hindi pala nakakarating ng ganun. So habang nasa kanya-kanya pa tayo mga alam mo yun, bahay, tapos puro messaging apps tayo ngayon. Let's talk about the frustrations we encounter when people misunderstand us. And why it is okay. Ulitin ko, it is okay not to worry about it. Siyempre, in a context, di ba?
Not to worry about it. If nakaka-relate ka sa topic na to, make sure you hit that like button on YouTube. And if this is your first time listening to our podcast on Spotify and YouTube, we talk about fresh perspective on career, relationship, personal growth, and so much more. Subscribe to us so you will be notified every time we upload new episodes. So yun, Mom, bakit nga ba? Bakit minsan kahit pure naman yung intentions natin, bakit parang hindi nare-receive yung message natin the way that we actually wanted it to?
I think very important na last Monday, na pag-usapan natin yung value of listening. Kasi, before we tackle this one, listening plays an important role in the communication process. If you haven't seen that episode, plug ko na rin about listening. Punta kayo ulit sa episode 21. Anyway, to simplify the communication process, basically, involves the sender, may message, nilagay sa isang channel, tapos nakarating sa receiver, then si receiver, feedback, repeat. Yun yung basic, understanding natin of communication. Siyempre, sama na din natin yung context, environment, maganda ba yung timing ng pagkasabi, maganda ba yung tono, choice of words, may distractions ba sa paligid while giving the message, and so on. Dami pa yan. All those things, plus other elements we haven't mentioned here, they are going to affect how our message is read or decoded. And we are talking about being misunderstood in the context of relationships. Kasi kung nasa work yan, kailangan malaman mo talaga yung ibig sabihin ng boss mo kasi hindi pwedeng miscommunication. Pero this is in the context of relationship na may iba-ibang pinanggagalingan, iba-ibang hugot, 'di ba? Sabihin natin na all the factors I said before okay sila, na-consider mo sila. Plakado. Sinakto mo yung timing, maganda yung choice of words and delivery mo, maganda yung tono mo, di ba? Pinakain mo muna siya bago mo siya sabihan.
Wow.
Straight to the point yung message, hindi siya nakakalito. Pero, why some people still misunderstand us? In my experience, I learned that people will often misunderstand us when they expect something from us, but we missed it. Sample, kapag nag-share sila ng kwento, you received it. Yan. And they asked for your comment on it. What will you say? Ganyan, what should I do? Tapos you responded in a way na for you, it's okay. You meant well, okay naman siya. You acknowledge their pain, where they coming from, nakisimpatya ka, you empathize, all that. And then, you gave a wider perspective about your situation. Tapos yung taka na lang ako, ba't di na kami nag-uusap? ba't parang stranger na ako dito? Ano nangyari? Diba? Ang tipid na nila mag-reply na parang, kamusta ka? Okay lang. Thanks for asking. Anong ginawa ko sa iyo? Yung pala na misunderstand ka na pala. Kasi in their heads, yan, kinonfront mo sila na parang, hey, did I do something wrong? Was there something that I said? Disappointed pala si friend sa'yo. Because they thought, nung nagbibigay ka ng wider perspective about their situation, akala na nagiging neutral ka. Tapos sa isip nila, you're my friend. You're supposed to take my side. Bakit pinakaralan mo pa ako and all? So, common. Common yun, I think.
Oo nga, no. May ganun palang sense minsan tayo. And I think hindi nga tayo minsan aware na ganun pala yung magiging expectation mo din when you talk to someone.
Oo.
And
Kahit maingat
parang,
ka eh.
Oo. Saka, lang, parang nakakatakot tuloy ngayon makipag-friends. Kasi, shucks, sana clear ba tayo dito sa gagawin nating relationship. So, thinking about it, it is true. Saka, isipin mo din when we go to a friend, hindi mo may iwasan kasi meron ka talagang i-expect. Kahit naman tayo na hindi mo may iwasan, may expect tayong response from them. Pag nagkwento tayo, kahit man lang mag-react, diba? Parang na reaction depending on the story. Kung ano man yung kwento natin. And nakakainis, no? Kasi it's not that our friends hurt us it's our expectations that hurts us and our relationship with these people. Kasi ikaw yung nagsiset nun na, si Louise, pag ako nagkwento dito, dapat ganito yung level ng understanding
dapat
na from you. But what
mature.
if she doesn't? Parang, what if she doesn't? So, saan nanggagaling? I mean, ang hirap
Sorry
naman
po.
nun, nalalagyan natin ng pamantayan lahat ng relationships natin, di ba? Our parang preconception or mga prejudice natin will always make us misunderstand a person. Kunyari, a motivational speaker, kung sino man yung mga favorite ninyo, nagbigay siya ng advice. There's a lot. Maghanap ka lang ng quotes, ang dami, di ba? Nagbigay ng advice and you believe in it. You like it. You're encouraged. Dalang-dala ka. You're moved. Di ba? Talagang grabe. Grabe yung sinabi ni Zig Ziglar, ni
Power.
John Maxwell, ang dami talaga.
Powerful.
Tapos, you have a friend, kahit Christian friend or even just a friend, who said the same thing in a different context, but it's the same message. Pero di mo tinatanggap. Di ka naniniwala. Parang, parang, does everyone have to be a motivational speaker in your life para maniwala ka? Para makinig ka? Para maintindihan mo? Diba? And sometimes, yung tingin pa ng iba, for example, for a Christian friend, we think na when they say things, paka-righteous lang sila. Parang nasasaktan din ako. Diba? Na may misunderstood tayo kahit na yung intention naman natin is well and good. You know what? I remember I asked someone before for help. Gusto mo bang tumulong sa ganitong bagay? And then sumagot siya, sabi niya, okay. So after a few days, we got on a call and then ang comment niya sa akin, in a funny way, na parang light conversation. Tapos nag-comment lang siya na, ang user-friendly mo talaga. Tapos syempre tumatawa lang din ako. Tapos natapos yung call, medyo nag-process ako, parang, wait lang. Wait lang.
Ano yun?
Nangyari? Teka, joke ba yun? Or teka lang, parang nag-process, wait, sabi ko, parang hinanap ko yung messages na, sabi ko, was I being user-friendly? Parang, alin dito yung statement na sinabi ko? Parang hinahanap ko, saan ako nagkamali? Anong nagawa kong mali? Bakit naging ganun yung ending? So, buti na lang po, mababa yung EQ ko. Yun talaga yung ginamit. Pero buti na lang, kasi nag-process pa naman din ako. I'm not upset about it. I'm not mad at the person. But rather, para nakita ko lang, okay, maybe I have to learn from this. Kasi why did I appear as someone na user-friendly when all my intention was really asking for help kasi hindi ko naman talaga kaya gawin lahat on my own, 'di
Yeah.
ba? Ay, so ano po, friends, hindi po ako user-friendly. sana, sana, if I ask for help kasi hindi ko kaya.
Intentional lang po talaga siya that time. May goal-oriented lang talaga siya.
Gusto ko lang naman matapos to. Pero ayun, so, as the person na misunderstood, Louise, what would you say? How do we manage these situations?
Parang aabangan ko yung sagot mo mamaya. Kasi gusto ko malaman kung ano yung nangyari sa inyo ng friend mo. Pero since tinanong mo ako like you, ako din paulit-ulit ko nire-replay sa utak ko yung conversations namin, interactions namin, hindi ko ba na-like yung story niya? Yan ba yung kinukuda niya? Or parang hindi ko ba na-heart react yung latest sa feed niya? Ano bang problema, te? Parang ganon. So, yun, pati interactions. Nakalimutan ko ba maglagay ng kasi nga pag chat, 'di ba? Sobrang ang dali ma-misunderstand kapag chat.
Yeah.
Wala ba akong emoji? Mukha ba ako nagsusungit
True.
nung walang emoji yung part na yun?
Hula.
Well, may tuldok ba instead of exclamation point? Minsan kasi kapag tuldok, parang, seryoso naman nito. Parang, hindi kasi ako ma-exclamation point that time. So parang, okay, so that pa na naglagay ako smiley. Anyway, katulad mo, I will retract everything that napag-usapan namin. Babacktrack ko. Tapos, I ask myself, saan ako nagkamali? Saan part? Tapos magtatanong-tanong pa ako minsan sa ibang tao na parang, nangyari sa'yo, mama siya ikakonsulta ko sa'yo. Ito yung nangyari. Tama ba ako? Or may mali ba ako nagawa? Alam mo yun, I'm seeking validation or minsan I'm seeking for correction if meron man. Pero, you know, as we mature and wear many hats, kasi dati, siguro grade school, you're just a friend to many people and just a daughter. Pero ngayon, parang you also handle commitments, you wear many hats. Diba? Sometimes friend ka, sometimes you're like an ate to this person, diba? Kahit wala naman nagsabi sa'yo na ikaw ang natatanging ate nito. Bawal ka magkamali. Wala naman nagpataw sa'yo ng ng throne, ganong place or position. Pero you know that you wear many hats already. Diba? You have many roles to play. I just learned that people's expectation of us would vary. Mag-iiba-iba. And sometimes, it could go to the extreme. To the point na ang hinahanap na nila from us is perfection of the role they want us to play. Ayun. Kunwari, no, if you're a best friend to them, they have an expectation pala na, uy, dahil nag-open up ako sa'yo at ito yung sinabi ko, bawal ka mag-take side kasi best friend kita, bawal ka maging too busy kasi ako nga ginagawa ko to para sa'yo eh. Why can't you stop your schedule for me? Diba? Na parang, oh wait, you're misunderstanding me. Hindi tayo magkagalit as best friend kaya hindi kita nasagot agad. I was just busy lang talaga ako. Hindi ba pwede yun? Diba? Or sometimes, if they see you as a leader or as an ate, as a mentor, they have an expectation na kung ano yung sasabihin nito, ay, may wisdom yun. Ay, ano yun, hindi sila magkakamali kasi ano sila, mature na sila eh. Ay, hindi sila magiging late ang reply kasi very available sila dapat lagi for me kasi ate ko sila eh. So, parang bawal sila magalit kasi dapat patient sila. So, parang when you don't fit in their expectation anymore, they have this misunderstanding na kasi may mismatch na of how they see you and what's really happening when you interact with them. So, you know, I know in my heart that I meant well. Pag binaktra ko yung mga conversations namin, wala talagang mali sa sinabi ko and I will be firm with that. Walang mali. Parang, why is it still happening? I learned to just, pag na-misunderstand ka, learn to let it go. Just let go. Hindi mo ma-please lahat ng tao. Oftentimes, you really don't have to explain. Diba? You have to give them time and space to cool down and sila mismo i-process nila kung ba't sila nagkaroon ng ganong perception of you. Diba? Kasi, if you're always there to tell them na, uy, baka ma-misunderstand, ano mo yun, parang how they could sharpen their discernment as well or the way that they perceive things. Hindi naman ako Gino. Parang feeling ko gigil na gigil yung pagkakasabi ko.
Ewan ko sa'yo, ma'am.
May conviction lang talaga ako na tao, even in the previous episodes. Anyway, my point is, you can't please people all the time. I learned that. I cannot control how they will see me or understand me, but I can control my anxiety and frustration na na okay lang kahit hindi kami pareho ng pagkakaintindi. You misunderstood me, I can tolerate that. You're offended by me, I will say sorry. Which part was I, which I sounded like it was an insult to you? Which part? Kasi ika-clarify ko, I didn't mean that. I didn't say that. I'm sorry if that was the thing that's happening sa side mo, but just to make it clear, something like that. Yun, I will make peace with that person. Pero I'm also here if they're ready to talk it out. But at the end, I found out it's okay to be misunderstood because you're not gonna be everybody's cup of tea. And it's fine. It's fine.
It's
Ayan.
fine.
Ikaw ba, Demi? How do you handle it when people misunderstand you? Ayan, katulad nung si user-friendly na naging comment sa'yo. I'm sure it affected you, di ba?
Copy-paste. Copy-paste. Ayaw sumagot. Pero
Unfair.
kasi diba, yung simula nga natin we say na, when we are misunderstood, it's okay not to
Yeah.
worry about it. It's not that I didn't worry about it. I did. Kaya nga ako nag-process eh. Kaya nga ako parang, teka, user-friendly ako?
Oo. Nakasahan ako? Ako, okay naman ako tao eh. Hindi, joke lang.
Parang sabi ko, can you help? Sabi mo, yes. Tapos ako ang user-friendly.
Sana nag-no ka.
Diba? I can turn that around. I mean, if I have the energy, the gusto to,
Pwede mong patulan eh, no?
pwede. But you know what? I'm thankful na, I'm thankful talaga sa life natin kay
Kay Lord.
okay, ang cheesy na naman. Pero hindi, seryoso, ang thankful ko lang sa wisdom ni Lord. Kasi, my gosh, I mean, without it, baka talaga kung ano na nagawa ko. Baka talaga,
na.
oo, on the call pa lang, hindi na ako tatawa. Parang, excuse me? Excuse me?
What did you say? It didn't sound right to me. Wow.
Parang, mga ganon, di ba? Yung mga, let me remind you, mga ganyan. Anyway,
Taray.
how I handled it, ayun na nga, aside from pausing, you have to pause kasi hindi ka
Yeah.
pwedeng mag-act on your emotions at that moment kasi I'm sure marami kang magagawa that you will regret. But aside from the things that Luis already mentioned, kasi all of those, no, same. Kung alam natin sa heart natin na hindi naman talaga natin mean to hurt them, di ba? There are times you really have to just let it go. Kasi kahit habulin mo yan, mag-explain ka, na hurt mo yung person, that's the point. Di ba? The other way that I could also add to that is understand them too. Na misunderstand tayo, pero intindihin natin din sila. Kasi they may be coming from somewhere, and that's why ganito yung nangyari or ganito yung naging perception nila about you. Kasi at the end of the day, it's not really about you eh. Diba? If you live your life na focus ka sa sarili mo, kapagod, friends.
Yeah.
So, aside doon, initiate reconciliation if needed. Kung nagkaroon ng lamat yung friendship ninyo, I hope, no, as you walk with God, you would have that heart na hindi mo kayang matulog. Na alam mong may lamat yung friendship ninyo, you have to make it right. And it doesn't matter kung sino yung may mali or sino yung mas malaki yung damage. No,
Make peace.
you initiate it. Kasi yun yung heart natin sana, na we want to move forward together. Saka, ayun nga, na-mention na rin natin to in another episode, diba? You don't have to explain yourself all the time. Wag mong i-defend lagi na, uy, alam mo, kaya yung naiisip mo kasi ganito talaga yung nangyari sa akin. Diba? It doesn't help. Hindi siya nakakatulong, friends. Yes, there are times it will be needed. I'm sure.
Yep.
Diba? Pero yung first course mo sana ng action is not to defend, but to reconcile. Parang, sige, I'm sorry, ito yung na-misunderstood or ito yung situation natin. How can we make it better? Same but better. So, ayan. Tapos na-realize ko lang din, no, parang most of our misunderstandings, especially sa atin, it starts with the baka ganito statements. Yung, baka ganito yung feeling niya, kaya ganito yung naging response niya. Naku, baka kaya nasabi ng friend ko na user-friendly ako kasi ganito, ganyan. Yung parang nagkakaroon ka ng assumptions on your own and you're analyzing the situation on your own. Tapos ito yung napansin ko na nagagawa natin, mag-i-invite ka ng iba, pero hindi tulad ng ginawa mo, Luis. You were asking for counsel eh. Yung iba, they were asking for people to join the party. Na parang, di ba? Tingnan mo. Sabi niya ganito. So, may ganun eh. Parang, minsan na rin ako.
Bang ganon?
Oo, di ba? Parang, hindi siya ganon na sobrang obvious, but that's your heart. Gusto mong magkaroon ka ng nakakampi in this battle of
righteousness.
misunderstood. Parang, di ba? Tingnan mo, di ba? Ganyan ba dapat yung mga ganong situation. So parang, shocks. Kasi even for us, we also napapaano din tayo sa mga ganyang linyahan eh. So I hope na when people misunderstand us, let's understand them. Bakit kaya?
Yeah.
Bakit kaya naging ganon?
Actually. Pero know what? Jesus also experienced misunderstanding. hindi nakakagulat kasi he was he's persecuted. Buong buhay niya sa earth, 'di ba? He was misunderstood. People had a different picture of the Messiah. 'Di ba? hindi nila iniisip na it's gonna be a son of a carpenter from Nazareth. Like, what good comes out from Nazareth? Sabi nga nung isang character in the Bible. But that was Jesus. But other people had different expectations of Jesus. So that every time Jesus would tell them na I am the Son of God, parang, no, you're not. Parang, where are you coming? Oo, na parang, we don't expect him to be like you. Kaya, nagkaka-division tuloy. Is he a prophet? Is he really the Christ? Diba? Iba-iba ng perception of him. But that's what expectations do to us, diba? Jesus spoke about his teachings, he did miracles, performed healing. Some people were happy. Some people received it as if, eto talaga si Christ. My faith is being strengthened because I've met the Christ. So alam na nila in their hearts it was Christ. Pero yung iba, especially the Pharisees, the leaders of religion or politics, diba? They were always looking for ways na parang, wait, this person, let's stop this, whatever he's doing, diba? So, Jesus wasn't accepted. Jesus was always misunderstood. He wasn't everyone's hero that time.
Tapos sumisikat na siya. Tigilan natin. Tigilan natin yung pagsikat ni Jesus na yan.
Understood
diba?
talaga. Oo.
Even his disciples, hindi siya naiintindihan minsan. And actually, kung babasahin nyo rin naman yung mga sagutan nila, nakakatawa lang. Kasi right now, we're readers eh. But I'm sure, kung tayo nandun, parang baka worse pa yung response natin.
Baka poor din yung pag-accept natin.
Oo. Diba? In John chapter 6, if you'll read that particular chapter, merong parang good portion ng followers niya tumigil sa pag-follow kay Jesus kasi hindi na nila gets. Si Jesus din kasi, no, may like siyang magkwento, parables, diba? Parang siya yung friend mo na maraming baong kwento. Tapos parang, ano yun?
What do you mean?
Pero sasabi mo. Tapos parang nakakatuwa lang. Anyway, ang madalas kasi sa Bible na when we read it, we read how leaders in their time expect the people to follow rules and traditions. So, if you just read it, marami silang ginagawang stick to the law sila. Yan. So, pero si Jesus kasi, in their eyes, pasaway. Diba? Si Jesus, he didn't conform to those rules and traditions.
Yes.
Tapos tutuwing i-confront siya, parang hindi, kahit anong explanation ni Jesus, hindi siya magigets kung bakit. Parang, lalo na yung Sabbath day nila. Sabbath day nila was very, very, very sacred.
Holy, although holy pa rin naman siya ngayon, no? Pero that time, it was like, bawal kang gumalaw.
Uy, bawat steps mo bilang.
Oo, diba? Ganun
Ang OA nila. So, parang, for them to see na,
parang legalistic.
Si Jesus na to. Sobra. So, they were really focused sa, kung ma-checklist ka na person, no, kasama ka dyan. And ang focus nila sa do's and don'ts, diba? Na hindi nila alam that this person that they are misunderstanding is God in human form. Kakainis.
Right. Parang no, kung alam nyo lang kung sino yung kinakausap nyo. Siya mismo yung the heart behind the law, why everything was like this, diba? Tapos actually, support ko lang yung sinabi sa John 6. May sinabi na si Jesus very briefly, sabi nga, whoever feeds on my flesh and drinks my blood has eternal life. Tapos, sabi nila, parang, what are you saying? Jesus, what are you saying?
Zombie!
Oo. Sabi ng, yung mga disciples na sumusunod sa kanya, the one who witnessed, alam mo yung mga miracles na nalaman na nila yung, nakapag-feed na siya ng tao nito nakapag-feeding of the 5,000 na siya nito Pero, because they saw na, ano sinasabi nito? Sabi nga, it was a hard saying, diba? Parang, how would you believe it? Kaya umalis sa kanila. He was again, misunderstood. That's just one example of how Jesus was misunderstood. Parang they had an expectation na parang, wait, hindi ba na cannibalism dito, okay? Pero they didn't take the time to really get to know the person. Or,
right.
We can also be like that. God can tell us this thing. Yari, may sign siya na binigay. Tapos parang, ay, ito na yung sign na hinihintay ko. Pero hindi naman pala tungkol doon sa new work. Lord, magre-resign na ba ako or hindi? Give me a sign. Nagbigay ng sign si Lord, pero hindi pala about work yun. Tapos ikaw, because in your head, you think, you're expecting that everything that God is gonna tell you is about that thing na you ask.
Yeah.
Akala mo, everything revolves around that. So sometimes, tayo rin, we often misunderstand God. We already have a predetermined answer from Him. Diba? Parang, this must be it. Wala
Ito na yun.
Oo. And people are like that to other people. They have a set of expectation already from these people. So that kapag iba yung binigay, tapos iba yung ine-expect, boom. You make tampo. you make misunderstanding. Diba?
I thought puti that.
Yeah. I thought good friends tayo. Diba mga ganun na. But katulad ng Pharisees or political and religious leaders during the time of Jesus, we also focus so much on the do's and don'ts that we forget itong mga nilalagyan natin ng matataas na expectation. Huy! Itong mga madalas natin na misunderstand. Huy! Tao lang din sila. And we can learn from the example of Jesus when he himself was misunderstood. What did he do? Hindi siya nagsabi na, guys, wag kayo umalis. Disciples, wait, ang dami na natin. Sayang naman pinagsamahan natin. Jesus didn't have to please them. They saw the miracles of Jesus. They saw the works. Ang daming testimony about Jesus. Even John testified, di ba, that he is the Messiah. He is the one that this has gone before him. Pero what I like is he didn't explain to them one by one. Guys, may clarification lang ako because aalis na kasi kayo eh. And sayang naman yung pag-build ng faith nyo kung hindi nyo ko susundan till the very end. He didn't. He just left it with God. He left it to God. And tayo, do we always have this tendency na, oh my gosh, na-misunderstand. Hindi nga ako nagkita in the way that I think she should have received my message. Babalikan ko pa siya. Kahit na wala ka ng ibang words to explain talaga. Alam mo yun? Yung naubusan ka na ng words, parang, hindi ko na alam kung paano explain sa'yo, pero na-misunderstand mo pa rin talaga ako. Parang, baka may tendency ka na to please people. Leave it to God. Babalikan ko lang yung story ko from last episode. Nag-open up ako dun sa I look up to her as a mentor, as a leader. You know what? In the end, hindi ko na tinake to heart yung tampo ko sa kanya. Sinabihan din siguro ako ni God or something, na parang marami rin siyang iniisip. Nakita ko lang din na parang, struggle din pala si ate. May na-reveal lang sa akin ni God na vulnerable din siya, na parang hindi lang tungkol sa akin yung kailangan na pag-usapan. Siguro moving from that, mali man or tama, God consoled me na, hey, you cannot expect perfect responses from imperfect people. And alam mo yun, I don't know if alam ba ni ate na parang na-misunderstood ko siya or iba yung nakarating sa akin na message. But, regardless, God fixed it with me. Diba? So, if you trust God in your conversations, in your relationships, know that even when you are misunderstood, diba, He will bring peace to your relationship. And sometimes, He will do that sa individual, but sometimes, He will also do that with you, initiating reconciliation, as you said a while ago. So, second point na gusto ko siguro i-highlight is stay compassionate. Even si Jesus, he was despised. He was like, blasphemous ka! Ano ka ba? Parang, saan sinasabi yan? Kung ano-anong teaching sinasabi mo. He remained merciful. And even when we are misunderstood, after ba nung naging user-friendly na, alam mo yun, yung nag-uusap pa ba kayo ni friend? Kaya mo ba siyang iset aside? And kaya mo ba siyang harapin na, ay, okay lang ako kahit ma-misunderstand ako nito?
You remain a friend?
Yeah, mercy, diba? Until such time na God will mature this person, I just have to leave it to God. And lastly, continue living a life pleasing to God. At the end of the day, we still have one audience to please. And that's not the person who is meant to receive the word. Even preaching the gospel. Sometimes you don't have to explain it. You just have to say it. Even if they misunderstand, you just have to speak it, declare it, proclaim it, and God will do the rest. So, is God pleased with your words? We're not recording this podcast or publishing this podcast para magkaroon tayo ng arrogance na you misunderstand me. Oh, haters
Bahala
gonna
ka
hate.
dyan.
Oo, hindi ganon. Hindi haters gonna hate attitude. So, Jesus lived a life pleasing to God, even when a lot of people misunderstand that. Are you willing to be misunderstood? Welcome to the kingdom of Christ. Diba? Preach mo na yung gospel.
Ay,
May idadagdag ka ba?
Wala na ako idadagdag. And then siguro may naalala lang din akong experience, no. There was a time, I think I was looking up to this boss, to this leader, and nasasaktan lang ako on how nasasaktan.
Nasasaktan
lang naman ako. So yes, nasasaktan ako on how this person was relating to me or how this person was connecting with me. Kumbaga, parang hindi siya yung ina-expect ko from this person, you know what I mean? Kumbaga, ay, akala ko dapat ganito siya. So, ganyan. And then later on, I find myself trying to get this person's attention. Tapos, hindi ko nakukuha. And then, parang shocks. What's happening to me? Ano nangyayari sa akin? Bakit parang parang gusto kong magpaliwanag sa kanya na, uy, ganito yung nangyari noon, kaya gusto kong ganunin. And grabe lang, no, when I surrendered it to God, saka lang din ako binigyan ni Lord ng peace na anak, saan ka tumingin? Kasi this person, this leader, hindi rin siya perfect. Meron din siyang imperfections. May pinagdadaanan din siya that you don't know and you actually don't have to see. So, hirapan ako, no? Na parang, okay. Anyway, add ko lang dun sa parang how we can also be more like Christ is this. Naalala ko lang na si Jesus, he always sets a time to pray. And ang favorite niya is early in the morning. Yun yung favorite niya lagi, early in the morning, di ba? And for us, we always hear this, di ba, na yung mercy ni God is new in the morning, every morning. And that's why, kung mapansin mo, if you look at the sunrise, you cannot deny the feeling. Parang, may bagong pag-asa sa'yo. May bagong, parang kahit na ang
May
sama-sama
wondrous moment.
diba? Parang kahit ang sama-sama ng kahapon mo, pag nakakita ka ng sunrise, parang, wala pang nangyayari pero at peace ka na. So siguro ang ano ko lang dito is setting your heart right at the beginning of the day can help you to stay compassionate,
Calm.
to stay calm, and to choose to leave things to God. Kasi minsan palaban tayo masyado kasi sinimulan mo sa araw na today is my day, akong bahala. Diba? Kalma ka lang. You
Yeah.
cannot determine your day. And alam mo yun, when you set your heart right, God can give you the endurance, the resilience na kahit na ma-misunderstood ka today, God got you back. Diba?
Yeah.
So, siguro ito, very brief na scenario na naalala ko. Sobrang simple lang niya, pero grabe yung reminder lang din sa akin, na-humble talaga ako. Someone asked me for help and then nasabi niya sa akin sitwasyon niya, on my mind, I know the answer. Parang, alam ko yung solusyon dyan. Usap tayo. Usap kami. And then, paratrat na ako na parang, ito gawin mo, blah, 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 blah. Tapos nung habang tumatagal, na-realize ko, iba pala yung sitwasyon niya. So, medyo napahiya ako, di ba? Na parang, iba pala. Kasi sabi mo ganto, akala ko ganto, 'di ba? So even in that technical lang yun na call na situation, I realized, grabe, ang bilis ko palang maka-misunderstand just because I thought, ayan, di ba, mga akala natin, I thought I have the answer for this. Pero na-remind ako na what I know yesterday is not the same today. Di ba? Nakaka-humble lang yun. So, wala. Ang ending pa rin talaga natin always is to be in that relationship with the Lord kasi siya lang magre-refresh sa atin.
Nakarelate ako dun sa sa sinabi mo kanina. Sometimes, you want to get the attention of the person to validate na okay kayong dalawa. Parang, binitawan ka na nga sa pakikipag-usap, tapos parang, wait lang, magsasalita pa ako kasi parang di ko pa nakukuha yung reaction na gusto ko sa'yo. Tapos parang feeling mo, galit na siya sa akin kasi na-misunderstand niya na ako. Tapos parang, hey, wait, katulad ng ginawa sa'yo ni God, leave it to God. 'Di ba? Sometimes, ikaw lang yung nagpa-plan sa isip mo na misunderstand ka nga 'di ba? Pero anyway, nakaka-relate din ako sa sinabi mo kanina na actually parang partial listening We misunderstand people because we get ahead of ourselves. So parang alam ko na yan wait lang. Before ka magsayang ng laway, ito yung advice ko sa'yo. Parang we have that pride? Or diba, may ganun tayong boastfulness. Anyway, ako grateful ako that God reveals to us kapag tayo pala yung mali. Yung nakaka-misunderstand pala yung mali. Ayun. Tapos may time na I think common siya na tayo, when we are being rebuked, tampong-tampo tayo na parang, wala ka doon, hindi mo naintindihan, mali yung sinasabi mo, how can you say that? Diba? You're exaggerating, bad trip yung mga advice mo, wala ka sa posisyon ko para sabihin yan. May ganun tayong drama Pero as time goes by, you know what? Sa experience ko, God taught me to accept na may truth naman sa sinasabi ng tao. But, it's just because nakilala ko siya as mahinhin, as parang consoling ng friend na parang, okay lang yan. Parang ganun yung ini-expect ko sa kanya na parang, ba't ka nag-rebuke ngayon? Saan galing yung rebuke mo? Hindi dapat ganyan. So, I misunderstood that person being harsh to me. Kahit na hindi man gently pagkakasabi niya, hindi pa rin harsh actually. Hindi gentle, pero hindi rin harsh. But, I highlighted what I can recall as harsh siya. Hindi siya godly na nag-advise nung time na yon. Parang may ganun ako na sama ng loob. I-reveal lang din sa'yo ni God na may truth sa sinasabi niya. But you're just misunderstanding this person because you have a set of emotions that you're taking care of. Diba, kapag tayo yung agrabyado, we're taking care of that, Ay, kawawa naman ako yung... We take care of that whenever we explain to people para makuha natin yung simpatya nila. But, you know what? You'll misunderstand people when you choose emotions and expectations kaysa sa makita mo sila in a way na bigger perspective yung nakikita. Ayan, minsan alam naman natin tama yung sabi nila dahil napapakunahan natin, away, nagpupunta na kay Rafi Tulfo or something.
Oh my gosh!
So, ayan, hinay-hinay lang muna tayo sa expectations and sa emotions natin.
Alam mo, na-enlighten ako sa topic na to. So, alam mo,
ba?
tayong mga mahal na mahal ni Lord, wow. Tayo din ang madalas talagang makakaranas ng judgment and misunderstanding in
From
this
the
world.
Mm.
And sakto kasi there was a question at ang tanong is, why
What?
are Christians persecuted? Like Jesus, di ba? The world will misunderstand us. And if you believe in Jesus, then basically you've made the world an enemy. Marami ka ng kaaway.
Yay!
And I think culturally, you don't really feel it kasi nasa Pilipinas tayo and everywhere you go, Jesus is well known. But try to be in a country,
Somewhere else.
nako, ang hirap. You cannot
Oo.
shout his name. Ang hirap. Pero ito din yung naalala ko, no, yung why are Christians persecuted? Because this world is not yet home. This is not the home of the Christians. It's not yet. We are called salt and light. That's the reason why you are called salt and light. You, ikaw na nakikinig. Ikaw na nanonood. Nax. You, hindi siya question. It's a statement. Di ba ang galing nun? It's a statement. So, kaya tayo salt and light, we have to continue sharing that light para wala nang ipo-persecute kasi lahat Christians na. pero ito yung naalala ko doon
Yun pala yun.
sa short na nakita ko sa Facebook. It was a TikTok, tas ang tanong lang or parang nagtanong lang yung person na, why does God send people
Send
to hell?
people.
Nalito na yung English ko. Why does God send people to hell? And then yung sagot lang ng person is, we were already on our way to
On our
hell.
way.
God just made a way, and that was Christ.
Yeah. Kita ko rin yun. Inspiring. Inspiring siya. Lagi natin kasi ginagawang kontrabida si Lord eh.
Oo.
Bakit? Diba? Pati yung mga people niya, ginagawa natin kontrabida. Ay, mga ano yan, hallelujah, mga bida-bida naman yan. You know what? Give us a chance. Give this podcast a chance. Shut up.
Let us explain.
Ay, hindi, okay lang pala.
Ay, okay na.
Give God a chance. Ayan. So, hindi po strange na maging kontrabida tayo sa buhay ng mga kapitbahay natin because of our faith. Even sometimes, our family members would be the one to tell us, pa-Bible ka, ganyan ang ugali mo, parang, hinay ka lang, nami-misunderstand ka lang. Ayan, sabi nga sa 1 Peter 4:12-14, do not be surprised at the fire trial when it comes upon you to test. Hindi siya strange, di ba? It's not as if something strange were happening to you. But, sabi dito, rejoice. As you share Christ's sufferings, you also share and be glad when His glory is revealed.
Yes.
If you are insulted for the name of Christ, you are blessed. Yes, blessed
Come
daw
on.
tayo man of persecute. Because the Spirit of glory and of God rest upon you. So, hindi natin home itong world kasi ang home, citizens tayo ng kingdom ni Lord sa taas. Yes. So, ayan.
Sabi,
Assuring lang. Diba?
bakit ka nagsasuffer? It's not a surprise. It's a plan. Yes.
It's part.
It's part of God's plan. So don't be discouraged, no, because yung grace ni God is always sufficient for you.
Sufficient for you. Yes. Ayan. It's new every morning, diba? Sabi nga niya yung mercy. At dito na po nagtatapos ang ating episode for today. Meron ba kayong mga katanungan sa inyong mga buhay-buhay? You may also send us a question at bit.ly/capital S, capital B, small letter ASK. So, SBB ask. Ayan, nahirap.
Or PM nyo na lang kami. Manahirapan kayo. Catch us again next Monday here at Same But Better Podcast. May tono na.
If you have inspiring stories or questions or just anything you want to share, reach out lang kayo, friends. Share nyo na yan.
Email samebutbetterpodcast@gmail.com or shoot us a message on our social media channels. Listen to Same But Better Podcast on Spotify, Anchor, Google, and Apple Podcasts. Also, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.